Welcome back to the JSFL. We're here, 4:15 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Minneapolis Fishers are hosting the LA Earthquake. 4 and 5. Both teams coming into this one 4 and 6, trying to fight for that playoff spot against Houston. And the loser of this match is going home. They will not be able to make the playoffs, so lose or get out of the playoff situation. Neither of these teams are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs either if they win, but if you lose, you're done. So LA, Minneapolis, let's see who can get it done. They got the news that Houston just won a couple minutes ago, probably 30 minutes ago, probably it would be. So now, there's more on the line in this game here in Minneapolis, Week 11 game. We'll kick it off to Brandon Gad and Charles Davis as our commentators will come.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now for their opening drive. And center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago. He talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. At the end of the season, because you get a great job, QB is usually the guy springs for the good stuff.
This whole line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, nothing but room to run.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
One of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Fielded at the 20. A 51-yard touchdown. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, whatever he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Down with this defense is no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We saw a great example when we talked about his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Second and 12. Here we go on second and 12. Trying to lay one up deep. And that got be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
Love it because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got him in. Complete. The try. Touchdown. A big play there. 73 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning into his bench. He's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. Now, I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you.
It's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off. And proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. All those people stacked in the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Time to the table. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
First there, he nicely beat off. A pretty decent game.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Sacked back at the 22.
Teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Goldine now to try the field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will make it 10-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense. They ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
As the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Field about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 if he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the open drive, if you can even call it a drive. Playing an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we had a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw. He's got his man on the crossing line. And he'll be about a 4-yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Play fake, he'll look to throw. Get this beyond. Taken back. 23 yards, the final 10.
For any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing. Away. It's incomplete. What are your thoughts on this D-line?
Have a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. And this is incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. It's already the fifth time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. They're going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're looking sharp out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And the defense stepped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Second and 11. Start at the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a loss of a yard there. Now second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's got it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They convert on third down. That sets up a first and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware ball may come your way.
First and goal, and they got to be taking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now head off here to his running back. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Back to throw. He's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
Playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So with fourth down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. Vinatieri's kick is good. Inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
Nowadays, when they have these types of kicks, no one says to their guy, hey, it's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because it's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. Return gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bag. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, he did only lead 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
The end result, 21 yards.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field. Because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him near midfield here for first and 10. Looking to throw. That's caught inside the 40. Gain of 27. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Complete. Physical play on the football there. It's 2nd down. Second and 10 now from the 27. A short one here. Complete to the tight end. Down he goes at the 23. A pickup of 4. Ten 3-yard score after 1 here on EA Sports. They'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He's got his man on the out route. It's 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped. That can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The red zone now. Quickly here, that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Pass caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right gone.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
A hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out for the penalty against him.
Incomplete. A lot of contact, no call. 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch. It was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. In for a Charger touchdown. And for the score. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Going to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. All that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up, get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. Secretary lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true. Kids, look it up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there, so it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
That's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. While the Traders take a look, we'll step aside. That's complete. This down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Gain of 11 that time, and it goes first down.
That is just using size and his strength, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Right side taken in by his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
Really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker. He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Again.
The running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here it is. Get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 4.
So many times we look at a short And we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
That's right, it's that sweep here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
This is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. No problem for the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? To me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He's taken at the 3. Bringing a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great.
The objective's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Kitchen McLeod, our director, Kyle Burke, the rest of the crew, they put together with these images and pictures. If you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues.
And if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to put a screen soon.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. This one is on the right side. He will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 49 yards.
Be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Heavy rush and down he goes. Different story this time But a sizable loss here.
A little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often the play that you make. You feel like you get momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action fake. Let's go for the end zone. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half. Revenge there as on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. It's complete. He'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will get the lead up to 14. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's fielded at the 2. Return here, he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Get 6. Okay, more comfortable about the position they're in.
Let's see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess that's Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Okay?
You did great. Bad job. Writing down your ad.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Goddard. I had to catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. On 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
What would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on the punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, nifty juke there. 51 yards on the punt there. The offense as they take over. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have a one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, nobody wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
To make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
One thing I can say pretty safely, if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you got lollipopping in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And the last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play action, they'll throw. To their timeouts. They'll take it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They're running now, out of the game. He'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. The Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. A big kick that time, 52 yards. To go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go around.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, completed.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Complete. Offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to walk this one deep left sideline. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football is on the way in the third quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Comes the Chargers as offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half. We've had be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Yeah, I did. It makes it time to time because those spaces can't be predictable. The execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They wants to start out. Here's second and 11. Right side, he hauls it in. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a different intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And that about right there, he ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Just when you run on a first down run, call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
And there's Red Premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Handoff looking right. He stopped immediately there. Maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to have the first down at about the 38. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Catch of the game for him there.
The tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Get this time to the tailbone. It just continues to be no Up again at the line of scrimmage. They started to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
In the backfield, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a yard on the play, and it's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers that brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
As the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken out his foot. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection is struggle.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. That hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
See if they can keep him off the ground there going forward.
Had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
This stage of the game, the run pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. And they pick up another 1st down with that run.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Gain of 11 that time, and it calls 1st down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively. The defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When the receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there. I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. I give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
First down, to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk about running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why we just start shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning. You play one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. I think they're going to win those too.
Officially able to go is a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
What do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious though if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw. Complete. And picked up by the Chargers. He did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Well, but a good leadership and a good distributor. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. He might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
I'll give it here to his running back. This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. To throw. It's complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 35. Last play they got stuck at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. He's played a great game and continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is, isn't there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Out of the goal. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
There's a throw with the Millets taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 38-yard line. They have a nice cushion. On right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. This defense down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigue maybe on that side of the ball.
We've seen this before, because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Chargers on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Get the first down and more inside the 20. All the way down to the 17-yard line. Down Los Angeles there to pick up a 14 yards. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Right back to him on first down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to kick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. You have to use timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 6. He caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. From 13 yards out, the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge, or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play with it?
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So I want to get symptomatic.
Yeah.
Symptomatic of the success of this broadcast. What I like is that you gave me the word.
A loss of 2 there. Second down.
You know the key to a good screen pass?
Good blocking?
Good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it goes to 4th down.
That hallmark of good defenses, understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Try and run for it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, a very great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging them, giving a little dap, been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless.
That's going to go as a loss of 2 second down.
This terrible running situation. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now handoff here to the running back. Down around the 15-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is an example of breaking down a defense. These runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here, and that's complete. He's brought that just outside of the 10 at the 11. Good for 4. Second down.
They're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. Enforcement's coming as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. A lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The Chargers on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Able to convert on third down. That sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy that needed a big play on 3rd down when his way worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
The run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from the 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look at a few more points. This will be called, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So with having scored there, often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep, and this one hasn't.
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they're looking strong here in the 4th quarter. An important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead will grow by 1 more. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team. Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Back and he's got it. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, choose the line. Check 50, choose the line.
Left to throw. He's going to flip it out here to his running back. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He fields it cleanly. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. And the offense will take over the new set of downs. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And give this time to the tailbone. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And that one hits the ground incomplete. Just 4 ticks left in this one. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. It was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Indy.